everyone, Linda here. I'm working on Rolodex card number 33, and I better write that on there before I forget it. And on today's card, what I did is I took some of this stuff that I got this big roll of, I don't even know what it is, from St. Benny's. It looks like it should be elastic, because it's like slippery like that, but it's not. It's a cord. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna weave with it today. So what I did is I poked some holes with a paper piercer and just wove it back and forth. Now I'm going back and forth and weaving it, and I thought while I do a little bit of that, I'd tell you a story. When I was really little, like 5 years old, I think, because I don't remember being in school, and I remember crossing the street and thinking, uh-oh, we're in trouble now. But my mother-in-law, or my grandmother lived down the street one way, and right across the street from her was the paper mill. And in the paper mill parking lot, kind of down a ways from her house, down the block, was this big, it was a railroad car, as I remember, and it had all these scraps of paper in it, all these pretty colored papers, like the end pieces. So my sister and I got the bright idea that we were going to make placemats. So we proceeded to make all these placemats by weaving them. And, you know, where we learned to weave, I don't know, but, you know, just back and forth. Well, we did make a lot of, you know, the pot holders. We all had those little looms when we were little. So anyway, we made all these pretty colored paper placemats, and we started taking them door to door and selling them. And, I don't remember what price it was or what, but one of the neighbors in the neighborhood called my mother up and said, "Do you know what your girls are doing?" And of course we got home and got scolded, and it was funny, but that was one of my entrepreneur adventures as a child. It was funny because when I was little, I never had to ask for money. I was always either going to the grocery store for my aunt who lived down the street the other way, and she lived like 2 houses from a little grocery store, and whenever I'd go, she'd say, "Keep the change." And I had quite a bit of money in my little bank, so that like when I wanted a doll blanket or something like that, all I had to do was go in my piggy bank and get my own money and walk down to the 5 and dime. You know, I really didn't realize what a great childhood I had until I think back to these fun stories, and it was pretty amazing. Now I have this fun kitty cat that really wants to be in the pictures. Anyway, so I'm going to weave this, and then I'm going to think of something else to put on there, and I'll be right back. I found a quote by Horace Mann that says, "Habit is a cable, we weave a thread of it each day, and at last we cannot break it." And I was thinking that's what I'm trying to do with my cards, is to every day make a habit of doing some kind of art. And last night I was listening to Effie in a interview she was doing, and she reminded me of a book I read, and I want to say it was The World Was Flat, but that's not it. It's another one where all these people who were really famous, like for computers and all kinds of different things, skiers, soccer players, different people, the reason they're good at what they do, it's because they do it, but like there's something like 10,000 hours have to be put into it or something like that. So anyway, and the only way I'm going to get better at my art is to do it every day. So this little weaving thing is to remind me that it's a cable that gets wet. If I weave it every day, it cannot be broken. So hopefully I'll get in the habit of doing art every day. So first I'm going to spray it with some Lindy's, and then I'm going to try my twinkling H2Os. Using a lot of these nails, and I really like them. I'm getting them really, really wet. The pots are really wet. And then I have this little like eyedropper, and I just want to splatter it. Probably should dry each layer. Okay, so then this is ginger pear, so that's why it's red. I like the way it's reacting with this other one. This brown one is cinnamon, I think. cinnamon brown. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Then I'm gonna do some doodling. So I got a bag of goodies that was just so sweet from Amelia over at Your Paper Pantry. She gave this to me for the swap. So I wrote the poem on, or the quote on here, but then I'm going to take this, I'm cutting some stencils and this is like the negative, so I thought what I would do is ink this up and see how that looks for a border around the edge. You know, maybe my love of paper came from that adventure my sister and I went on, or being close to that paper mill. Oh, that was so much fun. Alright, so then I might do some doodling. I think that was pretty neat, this little acetate thing in a frame to put on there. So thank you, Amelia, for that. Okay, so I did one more thing. I took my white Jelly Roll pen and went around some of the colors as they spread, because I thought that looked like weaving too, because I thought this might not convey my weaving story. And then I think on the back I'm going to write my little story so I remember what my sister and I did that day. All right, this is card number 33. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.